Well, I don't know. So I feel like any job is better than no job. Um, and this ain't really the job that I wanted, but it was the job that was willing to hire me the fastest. And I just needed to make money as quickly as possible. So, this was the job I took. So I'm 2 days in. I got my uniform, as you can see. And with this job, I have to get certified. And with this job, you also get a company car. So I realized that my van is like breaking down. It needs work. It needs some rest. Honestly, I got to give a shout out. Like, I have put this vehicle to the test, not because I wanted to, but me and this vehicle have had some nights. Like, even before I started recording my journey, this mug would run all night, and I'm actually surprised that with everything it's been through, as hard as I have been on it, that it has lasted this long. So I'm so thankful. But this ain't the job I wanted. It don't pay much at all. But I said, you know what? The company car could come in handy. I don't know where the hell I'm going to park it, because I don't have a house, let alone where I'll park this. But I said, a big thing that concerns me is being able to get to work. Like, I always feared if my transportation goes away, like, dang, how will I get to work? I'll have to catch the bus or walk. But a company vehicle would come in handy. But with this job, I have to pass some tests and get certified. So I got my study book. I'm at the library. I printed off some practice tests. I got my notepad here with notes in it. So I was thinking, like, okay, now they expect you to study for a week and then take the test. And then after that, after you pass the test, the second week, you go out and shadow. And then after that, after you're done shadowing, you actually get your company car. So I talked to the manager, and I told him, look, if I can pass this test ASAP, how soon can I get the company car and start going out on my own? And I told him I'm gonna kill it. I said, give me all the, give me the book. I'm gonna study this mug like it's no tomorrow. And because now with the company car, I don't have to worry about gas, or if this car goes out, how I'm gonna get to work and make money. So in my head, I'm thinking, you know what? Let me pass this test as quickly as possible so I can get in that company car and start working. And then maybe I can, park this somewhere, or I don't know. But and I don't even know if this is the right thing, but I was so fearful that, you know, I wouldn't be able to put money into this and something would happen and then I'd be like back walking. So at least if this situation gets worse, I know I can at least drive to work and don't have to worry about this interfering with me getting to work making money. So this ain't the job I wanted, but they came with the quickest opportunity. The other jobs that I was, interviewing for, it would be a process, So I'm like, he's saying I can get a paycheck April 12th. I'm trying to save my storage unit. So an update about that, about the Social Security card situation. So that's what the email said. And then when I went and talked to my manager, he talked to his boss and they said, well, as long as you know your Social Security number, that should be fine. And I, which I thought that was kind of weird, like, because I've had jobs before where I couldn't provide it right away and it still worked out. So, maybe there was just some wrong information there. So that saved me. I was worrying for nothing. So I told them, like, it's on the way. I didn't tell them that it's locked in the storage and I can't get it until I get paid. I just told them that, look, I applied for one and it's going to be like, maybe, 7 business days. So I'm going to try to stall them out as long as I can. So what I'm thinking is, I'm gonna ace this test and go to the next level. So I actually talked to him today. He said he can schedule me to take this test Monday. So I have to be at work at 7:30. I get off at 4. And then after that, I kind of try to get to the library. They're open till 6. And then I'll do my studying and I'll go park somewhere. And this is like, my Bible for the next few days. So I got to figure out a way to cram all this information into my brain and be able to pass this test in about, 4 or 5 days. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm tired, hungry, a bit frustrated, but I don't care. I'm tired of living without an income, like a real one. I'm tired of living without a check. So, I might look for another job later, but as of right now, they came with the quickest opportunity and that's what I really needed. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah, so that's the plan. So I'll be studying for the next few days. And that's the plan. So hopefully everything will work out, but I don't know, man. I don't know, but this is what it is for now. So yeah, that's just an update. So hopefully I get that paycheck April 12th. Because my arm, it really can't take too many more donations. Like, I really want to stop donating plasma. Like, I feel like it's killing me, like, seriously. And my arm actually hurt from doing it. So I might have to do it for a couple. I don't know. I might actually have to keep donating plasma this month. You go twice a week. So if the paycheck comes April 12th, all of that's pretty much going to go towards saving my storage unit. So I'll still need gas and food. Plus I lost my Quest card, so I gotta wait for that to come. Um, so it's just fucked up, like, man. But yeah, I'm hanging on though. I'm fighting back. I feel like I'm in a fight with life. I'm in a boxing match with life, and it's got me up against the ropes. You know, when you watch a boxing match and one boxer is just taking a beating, he up against the ropes. That's me. It's like I'm in a fight with life, and life is just throwing some blows, and I'm up against the ropes, but I ain't knocked out though. And sometimes life will throw me a hard blow, and it might drop me. Like I might drop down to one knee, or it might knock me down, and then the 10 count begins. Like last week, I was knocked down. I was out. And it was like I heard the 10 count, but I got up before the 10 count. And it's like life is like, oh, you still ain't done? You still want some more? And now we boxing. But then it's like when something good happens, like, okay, just what, a week or two ago, I was technically unemployed. I would have to wake up and first place I go to is the library. But now I can wake up and the library don't see me. I'm at work for 8 hours. So it's like when things like that happen, that's me throwing a punch back at life. So it's like every now and then I get a punch in on life. But overall right now I'm losing the fight. And this is the funny thing about the job. It's actually cool. It's a small environment. It's some decent people there. I can really see good in a lot of the people. A lot of them broke, I could tell. I don't think they as broke as me, but we ain't working for much money, but the company vehicle and me not having to drive to work, me not having to spend gas going to work is like a supplement for right now. Like I'll take that. But one thing I did notice, I could tell they smell me. I tried to wipe down myself with the wipes and alcohol, but I mean, after not showering, I'm over a month with no shower now. Like probably a month and 2 weeks, and I've wiped down with warm water and stuff, but it's like it's still not the same. Plus, I don't even have soap like that. So, I've been like, so today when I went in the bathroom and like used the little hand soap they got, and I put it in a paper towel and just tried to like, wipe my private parts and under my arms. But as the manager was sitting next to me helping me with the computer stuff, I could tell he smelled me, like, so. And I feel embarrassed, like, damn. So I can't wait to be able to pay off my Y membership and just take a shower. Like, oh my gosh. So if you depressed out there and you able to take a shower, I don't want to hear it. I don't care what you going through. As long as you got a warm house that you can go into and take a shower and wash your ass, I mean, hey, you ain't got no reason to be depressed, man. Like, I'm literally in here smelling like balls and ass. And I know they can tell. I know they smell it. So I'm looking forward to paying off my storage and paying my Y membership so I can go take a shower. But I was kind of sad though when I was filling out the emergency contacts. I sat there and looked at the computer screen for about 5 minutes, and I almost cried because I realized I don't have nobody. I don't got no friends, no parents, no like, it's just me out here. So I looked at the emergency contacts for like 5 minutes, and in reality hit me like, man, you really all alone. I mean, my whole life is an emergency. This situation right now is an emergency, and I can't contact nobody. I got strangers that don't even know me listening to my story, willing to help me, and they miles away. But here in my home state, like, it's just me. The lone wolf. You know, I was always like the outcast of the family, and you know, it actually kind of had me sad. But you know, I don't care if I just have to walk this path alone. I know I'm a good person. Can't nobody say I ever robbed them. Can't nobody say I ever, you know, stole nothing from them, like did them bogus. Like, I've always been a righteous dude. Like, seriously. It's just, you know, I guess it I don't know, it just ain't, it's like it ain't meant for me to have nothing, man. Like, not even a good relationship. And I won't lie, like, there have been times where, like, I've had conversations with, like, strangers I've bumped into on this mission, and they say, why don't you just get with a girl, man, that got a car, got a house, and just lay up with her and just do your thing? But look, this the thing. I'm not that type of dude. I am not gonna manipulate no woman or nobody for that matter to just for my personal gain. I feel like that's what niggas do. But I'm not a nigga. I'm a man. I'm a black man. If you ever saw that movie Deep Cover, you know, he asked him, like, do you know the difference between a black man and a nigger? And, like, I know the difference. A man ain't gonna sacrifice nobody else's feelings for his personal gain. If a man fall off, oh well, he'll go sleep in the woods and been made a tree house in the woods, and he'll find a way. So before I get with a woman and use her for what she got, knowing that I really don't love her, knowing that I'm only here because I'm down and out, before I do that, I'll just take my chances out here to do it the right way. Because then if I actually make it, I don't have to feel guilty. I can feel good about what I did. I can say, you know, I made it and didn't have to lie to nobody, didn't have to hurt nobody, didn't have to manipulate nobody. So it's gonna be tough for a while, but I'd rather do that than hurt somebody else. So that's where I'm at with it. So I'm gonna study my material, and I'm gonna try to go to the next level. But I got a short goal I'm working towards. So that's what it is. But the emergency contacts did have me sad. I won't lie. But I'm gonna go in here and charge up the cell phones for they close out. I got about another 30 minutes left for they close. So, but I'm trying.